Welcome back to the Kansas Navigator series. My name is Ben, and I'll be guiding you in learning all about self-determination. Self-determination means acting or causing things to happen as you set and work towards goals in your life. It's about being in charge, or in the driver's seat of your own life, including where you live, where you work, who you hang out with, and what supports you need. Being self-determined is a way to make sure you hold on to those big dreams you have for your future. Now, being self-determined means doing a lot of different things, like making choices and decisions. Easy decision there, right? Setting goals. Solving problems, asking for what you need in life, and understanding yourself through self-advocacy, self-awareness, and self-knowledge. Let's look at a couple examples from my life to show you how I have been self-determined. For me, self-determination involves setting a goal, taking action, and deciding what I've learned from that experience. For example, after college, I wanted a career in research at a university. I took steps like deciding where to apply, asking a mentor to proofread my resume, practicing my answers to interview questions, and also making sure my cat was out of the room while I was doing Zoom interviews. I went through this process several times for different university jobs and ended up with a really great job as a research aide at the University of Kansas. Along the way, I learned a lot about jobs I liked and a whole lot about jobs I didn't like. Or, as another example, when I knew I was meant to marry my high school sweetheart, I took steps like going on dates, practicing the art of long conversations, and learning more about her. It didn't work out, but I learned some things about relationships that they don't teach you in popular movies. So, self-determination doesn't mean I do everything perfectly or right the first time. I learned it's okay, and sometimes necessary, to change my goals or plans to reach them, or to ask others for support. In high school, my dream was to become a film director. I took theater and acting classes to learn more about film, but eventually I realized that maybe such large, complex projects might not be something I'd enjoy doing. So I worked with my circle of support to map out a new direction. With their help, I changed my priorities for work and life. Maybe someday I'll return to my goal of being a film director, or maybe it'll be a hobby. But for now, the professional goal I have is to continue developing the skills I need to be a researcher and soon publish a novel. And hey, making these videos is kind of like filmmaking, right? These are only a few examples of how I have been self-determined in my life. I have gained new wisdom as I worked toward my goals and navigated barriers. My dreams, interests, and values guide me on my path. Overall, I'm not letting anyone make decisions for me because I make the decisions. But I'm also not doing things alone because my mentors, coworkers, family, friends, and other supporters are there to provide input if I ask. Self-determination is important because you should be the one who determines what's best for your life. Ultimately, you know what will make you happy and healthy and live the most meaningful life for you. Now, watch the next video for tips on building self-determination.